Hello, everyone, and welcome to our May new moon ceremony. So happy to be here with you and continue this beautiful tradition and ceremony that Anik and I have been doing for almost 2 years together. We're coming up on our 2-year anniversary, which is wild. So nice to be here with you for another month, another ritual, another ceremony. So who we are, my name is Ariel Upton. I am the co-founder of Today I Did It Right, a community of women all over the world who are committed to figuring out how to create lives that look right to us every single day. And I am joined by my beautiful co-host, Anik.
Hello, everyone. My name's Anik. I'm based in London and I'm a growth strategist at Within People. And our purpose is to help you find your purpose and grow companies that you love. So I get the privilege of working with leaders and founders from all over the world to connect to their purpose and grow companies they love.
So nice to be here with you, Anik. And who are you as you're watching this video? Two things. You're either a member of the Share, which is our Today I Did It Right community, and this is one of our monthly rituals that we all do together, or you are one of our friends or someone who is curious about new moons and have found Anik and I through other walks of life. And so welcome to this month's ceremony. So the first thing we do for any new moon is we just check in. So for the next hour, we are going to take you through a series of different reflections, writing rituals. But the first thing we do together is we all check in. So wherever you are, just invite you to close your eyes for a couple of seconds. Take a deep breath, let it go, and just ask yourself, how are you feeling as you join us today? How are you feeling ahead of this new moon? So just take a few minutes, find the feeling, find the word. When you got it, open your eyes and just write it down. So grab your journal, grab your piece of paper, and just take a note of how you're feeling. And as you're finishing jotting that, I will ask Anik to intro us to this new moon, tell us what new moons are all about, and tell us what we can expect from this new moon in Gemini.
Absolutely. So for those of you who don't know, a moon cycle lasts about 28 days, and a new moon is sort of the first day of a new moon cycle. So it's that moment to hit refresh and renew and start a new cycle with intention. So we really use these ceremonies to just connect with what's happened in the past throughout the cycle, set the intentions for the new moon moving forward, and kind of take some of the wisdom from some of the gurus around us about what we can expect for this next cycle. Sometimes it doesn't resonate and sometimes it really does. And Ariel and I were reflecting before this, and for us, this really resonates. So maybe it will for you too. So this new moon specifically is, as Ariel said, the new moon in Gemini, and it happens today on the 30th of May. And like normal new moons, it kind of brings in this refreshing energy, but this one is special. It's bringing in this airy energy after the latest solar eclipse. And we've got a woman named Nush, who's an astrologer that we quite like. And she says that it's a much lighter and easier new moon that can really inspire a shift in our way of thinking or communicating. So we've been talking and playing a lot with this idea of shifting and little shifts and little new ways of doing things. And she suggests that a small shift in the way we think about things, like our daily schedules, how we process data, how we communicate or consume information, it can really be an opportunity to make a small adjustment in something we've been shifting in a much bigger way over the past several years. So perhaps there's been this transition you've kind of been on over the last several years, over this last year, even over this last month. And this is our opportunity to make a small adjustment. And so there's also this energy of slowing down and not jumping into something too quickly. So for us, that is that talk about like the next right small step. And so we're kind of trying to bring things back into a state of ease and a state of peace, which really resonates. And there's another psychic astrologer we like, Leslie Hale, and her kind of take on it is similar, but it's this idea that we have many new ways and new ideas of approaching things. So in this new moon, she says information and ideas will really flow. So it's a great time to take new approaches to old problems. And by doing so, we can kind of create this harmonious way of communicating with those around us. So again, that communication thread is coming through. And her invitation is to really be open with the people that you care about right now, because good things come from honesty. So her invitation is not to hold back any thoughts, any ideas, or even concerns during this moon cycle, but to share them and let those shifts happen that we want to see. So that's what this new moon's all about. And we're going to take that energy with us into our ceremony. All right, so for our first exercise, we're going to turn to our trusty tarot cards. We love The Wild Unknown from our good friend Kim Krantz. And today, Ariel and I pulled a card just before our ceremony as we were having discussions about how and if this new moon resonates with us. And we felt, yep, it really does. And often as we're talking, the way that we sort of our ritual around this is as we're talking and connecting with the energy, the words, the time and this moment in time, we're shuffling the cards while we're doing that, connecting with each other and connecting with what's around us. And then we pull a card as we're done talking. And what came up was perfect, as they always are. And it's the 9 of Wands. And I'll read that for you. And while I'm reading that, have a think about the words that really stand out to you. Think about how this card kind of lands for you and if it resonates at all. And as always, take what you want and leave the rest. And before you start journaling, we'll put it up on the screen for you so you can read through it and reflect. But I'll read the card. And what we want to do is listen for those words that resonate, and then we'll send you away for an independent reflection to journal and take it from there. So the 9 of Wands is strength, stamina, and confidence. As nines usually imply, your journey is near completion. But on this final stretch, you find yourself growing weary. Doubt and fear are running through your mind. The 9 of Wands asks you to rally your confidence and realize how far you've come. Lift your eyes and take a few more steps. Soon, all your hard work will start to pay off. So have a think about the 9 of Wands. Ask yourself, what does this card stir in me? And take some time to journal, and we'll bring you back in just a few minutes.
It never ceases to amaze me that the cards always know. So thank you for channeling that energy for us, Anik, and starting us off with that card exercise. So our next ritual we're going to dig into is Anik and I always like to come up with one big question for each new moon ceremony, inspired by the lessons of the new moon and what's happening with the new moon as Anik walked us through, sometimes building on the cards, sometimes not. But today is very much a day that we're building on a theme for all three of our exercises. So the reflective prompt today, it's very common that at any given time, we're each individually as ourselves carrying something big, some dominating thought in our mind. And that might be one thing, that might be many things. Those big dominant things, whether those are goals or dreams or action items or tragedies or things that we need to accomplish or feel we need to accomplish, big steps to take, big moves to make, big transformations. This new moon is the opposite. So as Anik shared, these are the small shifts, the small tweaks. And so there's something Anik and I talked about that often the pursuit of those big things or those understanding of the big things often have a way of pulling us away from ourselves, right? So the world, as we talk about, is designed to pull us away from ourselves. And those big things that can be the dominant thought can pull us away from that connection that we so want. So the prompt today, the reflective prompt, this new moon in Gemini is giving us this chance to recalibrate. It's giving us this chance to reshape and think about things in the small ways rather than the big ones. So what small step, what small tweak could you take to bring you closer to yourself? So that's the reflective prompt today. Using all of this energy of this new moon, rather than the big things, rather than the big shifts, what is one small step or one small tweak you could take to bring you closer to yourself? So we will leave you with that, and we'll bring you back in a couple of minutes. Welcome back. Hope you got something somewhere juicy in that last one. So our final practice together today is going to be burn writing. So the burn is our opportunity to release whatever we no longer want to take with us into the rest of this cycle. So what you will write next will just be on the piece of paper. You will write it down, you will burn it, you will not read it, you will not edit, you will not censor yourself or edit yourself or overthink what you write. The whole idea here is to write whatever you need and then burn it and never read it again. So the card that Anik, still pulling on the threads of the ceremony tonight, that Nine of Wands really got to the root of doubt and fear, right? That as we're almost at the end of this pursuit, whatever each of us are in, whatever this journey that each of us are on, whatever the stage is, the doubt and fear might be running through our minds. So today for the burn, we'd like you to just write down every doubt or fear that is stirring in you right now, every doubt or fear that is entering your mind. We want you to write it down. We just want you to burn it. It could be a big doubt, it could be a little doubt, it could be a big fear, it could be a little fear, whatever those doubts or fears are, just write them down. Don't read them, put them in your bowl, burn them, and release them. So we will leave you now to write and burn.
I hope you enjoyed your burn. I love the burn. And I think this prompt is so helpful to write all of these things down and get rid of it. What a cathartic way to go into this new cycle and wrap up our ceremony as well. So we've come to the end. We hope you had a lovely ceremony with us. And as we checked in, we'd like to check out. So what we want you to do is just reconnect with how you're feeling now at the end of the ceremony and have a think about how you feel now. And once you've kind of got that in your mind, write down that one word checkout. How are you feeling now? And that's it. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us again. Another month, another new moon, another ceremony with you, my like beautiful co-host.
Thank you all for joining us. And if you are a member of the Share and you want to share anything that's stirred up for you in this ceremony, pop it in Slack. We'll see you there. But otherwise, carry this newness with you. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you so much. Enjoy that next right step, everyone. And don't forget to go outside and spend a couple of minutes with the night sky tonight. You won't see the new moon, but you'll see freshness, fresh open sky of possibility for you to restart. See you next time.
Bye.